Greetings, this is Duke from Clan Crank. I'm introducing my videos on platoon movement for our clan and for anybody else who happens to see them. You know, pubs stink because everybody does their own thing. But there's nothing more amazing than a well-coordinated platoon. And nothing more devastating. Okay guys, here's platoon 1 on Abbey, moving into position, one right after another. And they're tucking up in the yardie cover, pretty normal. What we're going to talk about today is how to set up for ripple fire and how to rotate. How to limit the damage that you take while maximizing the damage you dish out. So everybody's tucked into position, nose to tail, and we're going to wait for something to come down the road. Now you notice here the tanks are in the perfect position so that they can all fire if something comes down the corner, and only tank 1 is going to be able to get hit, and he's angled and turned so that he's as covered as possible. This is a pretty effective situation, but we can do better. So the mouse has moved into the position at the other end of the ledge, and we've got a showdown here. So one way we can do this is standard ripple fire, where tank 1's going to pull out, then tank 2's going to pull out, then tank 3. You'll notice that all the tanks are at exactly the same angle. They turned about 33 degrees. The problem here is tank 1 got tracked. So while the other guys can pull out, fire, and then withdraw, tank 1 is left hanging out there. He's going to have to take all the damage. Pretty effective. There's a better way to do this yet. Now you notice it's key that all the tanks are in exactly the same alignment and that they're communicating with each other so that nobody fires into the back of anybody else's turret. Now what we're going to do is tank 3 is going to pull out first, and he got tracked, but now tank 2 is going to pull out and fire, automatically defending tank 3, and then tank 1 while tank 3 has the opportunity to fix his track without taking further damage. It causes your platoon to rotate automatically. It also makes it much more difficult for the enemy tank to focus fire on any one vehicle. Taking a mouse down frontally is very, very difficult, but if you have 3 tanks working in conjunction like this, it can be done rather quickly. You notice nobody's bumping each other, nobody's hammering each other. It's because all the angles are just right. All done. So how do we set that up? Let's look at that. So here we are again. We're going to look at another time running it. This time the mouse is in a little more cover. And this time we're going to start with the 3rd tank moving out. An interesting thought about this is it's probable that the mouse is looking at the first T1 10 E5 and may not even notice the IS-7 pulling out. But he does, and he tracks the IS-7, but immediately the 2nd tank pulls out and covers the IS-7 up. Now the 1st tank fires. And now the IS-7 can fire and withdraw without taking further damage. At this point, the guys are actually firing high explosives at the mouse because they realize that it's really hard to pin a mouse. But even firing high explosives, they're taking this thing down pretty quick. Tracked again, tank 3, but he doesn't get another shot because he's covered up. Again, he's tracked, but the IS-3's been at 83% since he took the first shot, so IS-7, I mean, sorry. There you have it, perfectly executed ripple fire. So here we're at Ensk, demonstrating the same technique. This time we have 4 tank. There really is a 4th tank coming. I'm going to show this ripple fire a little closer to a building. It's a little clearer. Our opponents are here, and we're here. And it's 4 on 2. The first tank pulls out and looks, spots them. Now everybody's going to do their rotation. And we're going to start pulling out and firing. Again, the last tank pulls out, and yeah, he's got to go way out. He's going to fire. He didn't fire for some reason. Now the next tank. Now the second tank. Now the first tank. Now the 4th tank. He didn't see a target, so he pulled out and pulled back in. 3. Second tank. First tank. Now here we show how we rotate into the position so that there's room for everybody to move out and fire. If everybody rotates at the same time and you rotate to the same angle, you'll have plenty of room to move. Again, the last tank was tracked, but he's covered up by the 3rd tank, so he's not going to take further damage. You'll notice that they're actually stepping away from the corner of the building. That's better that you do that. The building's still going to block the enemy shots. By doing this, you give everybody the room that they need to move. Now, if there was already on this map, you might be putting your 3rd and 4th tank at a little bit of a risk, and you may want to just go out with 2 and then actually rotate. But in this case, there's no arty that can get to them. One problem with this is that you are exposing your sides, and effective shots are going to be shots that land are going to be more effective. In the next video, we're going to address how to actually do this and not show your sides. But let's just learn how to do this and learn how to be effective and have more success in company battles and clan battles. Thanks for watching this. I hope you go into a training room and try it with your platoon leaders and your NCOs. And, thanks for being part of Crank.